In this video, we're going to look at protracted push-ups. They are a slightly harder variation of the standard push-up, and if you've never done these before and you have done regular push-ups, there's a good chance that you will be maybe slightly surprised at the difference in difficulty. The reason why we'd like to do them in this specific way is just that it transfers better to a lot of the body weight strength skills, or calisthenic skills if you will, and also to a lot of the handstand skills we might want to work at. We're going to set up just like we would in a regular push-up. The two differences are that instead of having my shoulders more or less directly over my hands, I want my shoulders to be slightly in front of my hands, and then I want to really think about pushing my shoulder blades away from each other, so you can see that I'm actually slightly rounding my upper back. Not because I'm actively trying to round, but just because I'm trying to push my shoulder blades apart and down in towards the floor. And this can create this small rounding of the upper back, which is completely fine and not something we worry about trying to avoid. From this position, I'm gonna do exactly like you would do in a regular push-up, controlled lowering to the floor and pushing back up. When I get up to the top position, I'm gonna push back up into my extremely protracted position on each repetition. You won't be able to keep the shoulder blades completely protracted when you lower down. They will start to collapse in towards each other to some degree, but you are gonna try to keep them as protracted as possible when you're doing this exercise. Can also be helpful or nice for the wrist to just turn the hands out slightly or a lot, just because it helps takes away some of the pressure on the wrist, and this variation is a bit harder on the wrist. Again, this would be the slightly harder variation than the regular push-up and a great starting point for building a lot of the base strength needed for more difficult skills.